Well, good frosty morning, everybody. Back at it. Getting some fuel put in the trailer here this morning. Had a little bit of a rough start. Robert ripped the hose off the 220 over there clearing this morning, so I think that's my spare hose I kept here at the shop for my thumb cylinder. So we're gonna grab this, go over there, see if we can help him get that put back together and back to work. All right, Mr. Wobbit, I got your hose. Is that the right hose? That's not the right hose. I might have had the right hose. Well, why? I kept that, yeah. I thought it went in the end of the valve block. I kept that hose because it come off this machine because I ripped it off. Yeah, that's not gonna work right there. Unless it goes in right there. We could, I think it'll. Yeah, take that fitting out and put that in there. That's what it was. Let's make sure it's long enough first. It should be. Right, yeah, it'll work for today. Got it on the windshield. Everywhere. Yep. Goes everywhere. It looks just like it did when I did it. That was the exact same hose I did too. When it whips. Would you like a wrench? Are you gonna use the old trusty adjustable? Why has it gotta be 18 degrees this morning? It's chilly. A little chilly. Yeah, that should work right there. Here, let me see the other end of that hose. I think I need to spray it out with some brake. Oh yeah, that's why I kept that hose. Yeah, that's what I didn't remember having to take that. We had to make it work that day is what we had to do. All right, fire it up. That's an easy fix. Might have to put a little oil in it. I gotta be able to see. Here, use one of the wipers. They might take it off a little better. Oh, are they frozen? Are they really frozen? Oh yeah, they're frozen solid. It's cold out here. All right, we won't be using the wipers this morning. I guess I got some more brake cleaner. Well, welcome to winter. Might do a better job washing. Let's mix the oil. Let's make it better. Position for Volvo. Yeah, there's none in the sight glass. We're gonna need a little bit. All right, let me shut her down. It's chilly. All right, we got 5 gallons. Hopefully I don't need a funnel.
Apparently you do.
Do I? Am I missing it? Just gonna match everything else. It's lucky. There we go. That oil's a little cold this morning. Oh, I did miss a lot, didn't I? It normally pours out a lot faster than that. You see anything yet?
Spots everywhere.
In the sight glass though.
No.
Nothing?
There it is.
Is it even going to reach the bottom line? Probably not. Well, 5 gallons is better than 5 gallons short. It's leaning downhill slightly, so that's not quite helping. It is in the sight glass though. More better. Oh, better. More better. Alright, well 5 gallons got it pretty close to where it needs to be. That's all I have, so it'll be fine for today. It is leaning downhill a little bit, but it's okay to run it right there. So, we're going to finish fueling up, get back to work. I'm gonna clean some of this brush up. I went to spray some Windex on the windshield and use the wiper, and he's already used this machine for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and I'm not used to as soon as you spray it, it turns to ice. I don't like winter. Not at all. So I'm gonna go down there and once this thaws out, grab all that brush from the other side, throw it over, clean up those logs, and probably push some of it up here to the burn pile. All right, back to work here, getting everything going. We're just going to come over here for a couple hours this morning. I was going to have a late start, just getting back late last night from my trip, and get some of this stuff moved over, but the hose cut that short, so I'm going to start stacking all this up. He cleared all this stuff off this corner right here while I was gone, and we are now honestly right now would be a good time for the off-road truck, but it's on another job, so this will definitely be the farthest I'll have to take brush, which kind of doing a little bit backwards because I've already got the road in. I've got to take the brush across the road, but I needed to clear everything over there so that I had a spot to make a burn pile, which I probably could have done a little small one here, but then I'll have to deal with ashes and all that mess. So I'll just take everything over there and burn it at that one big location. Need my phone back. So I'm just kind of setting up some piles right here. I'll probably go over there and stack some more stuff on the burn pile, and then push all the stuff that's on the other side of the road over there to that pile. That way I have room to throw it over the road, then go over there and stack it up with the dozer, push it up there to the burn pile. Just trying to get everything better. Grappleful's here. It'll be pretty easy to lay over the road. And just push all that with the dozer. So I'm gonna go down there and probably stack up the burn pile a little bit, get that stuff. Everything I can fit out right here. So I can push it a little closer to the pile. All this stacked up here now, and it looks like everything's drying out pretty good, so hopefully it'll burn decent. As you see I have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to burn here. In hardwoods, there's a lot of, I call it hardwoods, but it's poplar, so it's not good firewood. It burns up really quickly. It's very soft wood, but they do call it hardwood for some reason. Break that off. That is definitely a log to grab a hose on. So I have just been throwing the stumps over to the side. They tend to dry out a little better like that. Just trying to get an alleyway cleared out right here so that I can push that material up a lot closer to the burn pile than way back here, because it really defeats the purpose to push it and still have to move it 150 feet. So if I can go ahead and grab all this stuff and then put it on the pile, that way I push that a lot closer. I won't have to work so hard. This is ideally when it's best to have two people. If you have a lot of brush to push up, they can keep it pushed up to you while you stack it on the pile here. That way it doesn't end up so far away, but that just didn't happen. It didn't work out that way. Break. Either. I don't know how well this is going to burn. There's a lot of big stuff in here. We've cut out all the logs that are salvageable, but a lot of 10 to 12 inch logs and stumps. That is packed. Old D6 for getting that one done right there. Brush up here at the bottom so I have something to get a fire started with. This is going to be one of those, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to get started, but just have to wait and see. I want to kind of pick through this the best I can, because unfortunately when you're pushing with that dozer you get a lot of, I guess, dirty debris here. Not too bad to break out when it's dry, but normally I'll stack this up when it's raining and wet and it's hard to get all this stuff somewhat grabbed out of here and in the pile where it still burns. branches here. Just kind of shake that stuff out, pick through it, put it in the pile. Alright, I'm gonna keep cleaning this up. I got quite the burn pile there now. I got that whole row cleaned up and stacked on the pile. I'm gonna, now that it's above freezing, jump on the D6 and push all that stuff from down there up here into another row. That way, while it's dry, all that debris is up here, because next week it's supposed to rain and that will make a mess. Fire in the hole. Oh, she's cold this morning. Gonna need a little warm up. So I laid all this brush over here where I can grab it. Now I can't grab it because I took the D6 and I pushed all the piles together to make it easier. We'll say that that did make it easier. So now I'm going to lay all this over the road into piles that I can push with the D6 over there to the burn pile. As you can see how much I can grab with the excavator. It's just very wearing on the undercarriage to sit there and drive one grapple full at the time. It does keep it a lot cleaner to the burn pile when I can put, you know, 6 or 8 into one pile and then just push the whole thing with the dozer. So that's what I'm going to do, get this stuff cleaned up and on the other side of this access road. That way when it does rain, I'm not destroying my road and can kind of keep stuff a little more civil here. Stack it up, you kind of want to keep it all somewhat pretty even. That way it just stays a little more situated in front of the dozer blade when you're pushing. So that's about as much as that D6 is going to want to push. So I'm going to round up this and then move over, grab some more. That way I can have a space in between my piles to be able to get the dozer through here. Not end up with so much. It's a little bit of a, you know, leapfrogging from this to there. This is kind of when it's handy to have 2 people so they can run the dozer and excavator, but it all works out. So I'm going to grab some of that, put another pile right here, jump on the dozer, push both of all this up there, and then I'll have enough room to finish laying the rest of that brush over the path. Getting all this pushed up there before I have to leave. And I know somebody's going to ask why I'm not just pushing all this up there with the dozer, and the reason is I kind of paid a lot of money for that gravel and I prefer it stay on the road. If you push a pile of gravel or a pile of brush over top of a gravel covered road, you will no longer have gravel on your road. Alright, we'll be pushing with the D6 next. Alright, pick out a few logs here. Good logs from the stuff that's getting burnt, and all this is the stuff that's getting burnt. Throw that right there, spin this one around. big mambo jambo right here. Is that gonna break in half? Just drop it and see. Most of the time that does the trick. Do it again. There we go. That's a hunk of wood right there. That's gonna burn for a while. Sycamore. That's what that tree was. Log right here. Two more right there. That cut half it did. Grab all this. Somewhere it's gonna fit in there just right. Not yet. We're getting there. Come on, grab. So close. So close. Not gonna happen. So those logs get rearranged. They're hitting at the top of the thumb, not allowing it to shut all the way. Just go for get as many as possible. Well, I got 4. I'll put these in the log pile, come back, grab those 2, and jump on the dozer to finish the day out. I got about another hour and 15 minutes I can work. I gotta head out of here. At least I was able to get all that brush over, and I should have enough time to get the majority of that pushed up here to the burn pile. Those 2. See if my buddy can come and get those next week. That'll get rid of those. And it's going to be a little while before I get any more down. I got to go work on my big road project. Never fails, I always end up with about 3 jobs going on at once, trying to get as much done before the winter weather gets in here. Knock on wood, it's been pretty decent year so far for weather. Once it gets wet, it just makes doing stuff like this an absolute nightmare. Everything just gets mashed into the mud. It's not fun. It can be done, but it's not fun doing it. I'm gonna grab these 2 logs and we'll do a little D6ing. Come back here. There we go. All right, D6 time. I'm gonna grab these piles, shove them up there. I'll set the time lapse up there so you can watch it fast pace here. gonna be a wrap for today. D6 definitely got its workout. Got all that brush from the other side of the road transferred over and pushed up here. Those logs cut up, and it's got the fire pile stacked up really good and filled in this whole entire area right here that already stacked on the pile. So it's supposed to rain next week. Probably have a day to come over here, get a fire going, start getting rid of some of this stuff. So I'll start cleaning all this up, and I would say I'm probably a little over a third of the way done with the clearing. So there's still a lot left to do.